Hi everyone, it's Terry here from nutsaboutsstamping.com. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a collage card using the Sailing Home Cling Stamp set. And when the catalog goes live on June 4th, you will be able to purchase this set in a bundle with coordinating framelits, which makes your crafting so much easier. So my card base is going to be Night of Navy. I've cut it 8.5 by 5.5 and scored it on the 4 1/4 mark. And I'm going to do a little bit of stamping first. I'm going to start with the Lighthouse stamp, and I have some soft suede ink. So I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp it down onto my Whisper White. And then I'm going to bring in some Night of Navy. And I've got the bird's image from the same set, and I'm going to stamp this a couple of times, like so. And then I'm going to layer it onto a piece of soft suede, and I'm going to use my snail adhesive to adhere the two layers together. Like so. And then I am going to bring in a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to use my Night of Navy again, and I've got one of the sailboat images from the stamp set. I'm going to stamp that, and I'm going to die cut it out, but before I do that, I'm going to bring in a third piece, and I've got the Congrats stamp from this set, so everything is coordinated for you. And I'm going to stamp it like that, and then I'm going to die cut it out. So let's bring in the Big Shot. I've got my magnetic platform, my bottom standard cutting pad, and then I'm going to put on the Congrats and the sailboat and the coordinating framelits for each of those. This is what makes crafting so simple, doesn't it? Okay, and then I'm going to put on my top standard cutting pad, hold it in place, and run it through my Big Shot. Right, so there's the Congrats. I love the stitched frame around it. Hopefully you can see it on the video. And then here's my little sailboat image. So cute, so cute. All right. Now, I'm going to create some layers for the front of my card to help with this collage effect. So I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White, and to that, I am going to add a scrap piece of soft suede. And then to that, I'm going to attach my little sailboat that I just die cut out. Okay, like so. So I've got my lighthouse and I've got my sailboat, like so. And then I've got my Congrats. So now I have some options here. I could just create my collage onto my plain Night of Navy card base. And you probably can tell from my tone that I'm not that keen on that. I could take one of the images like this compass rose, I could do the anchor, I could do the knotted rope, and I could stamp that on the card base using Versamark, so it's not really dark, but you'd be able to see that there's something happening in the background. So that would be sort of a way to make your card a little bit more sophisticated. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to bring my Big Shot back in again, and I have this embossing folder. And I think it would be interesting to use that and emboss my card base. So to do that, I'll get things organized here. I've got my Big Shot. This time I'm going to use my Big Shot platform. And then I've got my bottom standard cutting pad. And now what I'm going to do is, obviously I don't want my waves to be vertical. So I'm going to turn my card so that my waves from this folder will be going across the front of it. So I'm going to put my cardstock inside the folder, get it sort of situated, put the top standard cutting pad on and run it through, and that'll emboss these wavy lines across the front of my card. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. There we go. All right, so there are the sort of wavy lines that are going to be across the front of my card, which makes it seem more nautical, I guess, in nature. So now what I'm going to do is bring in the elements that I've created and attach them to my card front. So I'm going to start with my lighthouse, get that positioned first. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my sailboat. Now, the other thing you could do is you could just put part of the soft suede piece into the same embossing folder, and you could actually emboss some waves on that layer. And that again would add a little bit of sophistication. Okay, so I'm going to put that one on second. And then I am going to put the congrats on the top. Now I could layer this onto some soft suede, but I kind of like it just like it is. Okay, so that is looking pretty fine. I quite like that as a collage card. Collage meaning that you have several elements that go together sort of in a similar shape. Now, there's a couple of other things I could do. We have this fabulous new Night of Navy baker's twine. I think it's with, gosh, I don't know, Very Vanilla, or I'm not sure. I'll look it up in the catalog and I'll make sure that I add it as a note over on my blog. So I could create a knot across the top, which I'll likely do after the video is over. I don't want to take time making a knot and having you sit there watching me fumble around. There's something else though that's coming out. There are these sail away trinkets, and look at them. There are little like, I don't know what you call them, steering wheels on a boat, and these anchors. I think they're really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these steering wheels, and they're little metallic trinkets, and I'm going to grab a mini glue dot, and I'm going to press my trinket onto my glue dot, pull it off the bolt, and then I'm going to attach it up here so that it looks like it's a sun and that the sailboat is sailing past the sun. So there you go, a really fun collage masculine card for somebody special. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used and a measurement for all of the layers of the cardstock, head to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. I'll have a final photo of my card over on the blog. I'll also have a photo of what I would do for the inside of the card to add some more interesting details. So you can head over there and have a look about how I would decorate the inside. And while you're on my blog, you are welcome to subscribe to my free newsletters. I send one every week that you won't, with project ideas you won't see anywhere else. And I'll also have a link for my online store in case you decide on June 4th that you want to go over and place an order for the products I use to make this card. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. I hope you'll create something beautiful today too. Bye for now.